come back. I want lock shop. Make before them disconnect me. You want close that shop? No, that's like. Anything I go do. I don't want your story. And then talk say this connection thing, they work already.
Somebody can send my electricity payments. No queues, no delay, no cash risks. IBEDC. You enjoy it, I'm telling you. These are lights, they told you.
Not Oguda, I read Oluma business.
Oh yes, welcome to Lighthouse, sponsored by Ibedc Inspirational 6.7 FM. By now you know what we do, we talk electricity and everything electricity. But just in case you're joining us for the first time, we talk electricity, everything electricity, and then if your cables are sagging or your poles are tilting, you can talk to us. Plus every other electrical issues, or better still, go to the nearest IBDC office to you. I guess it's here. Someone you want to meet, or someone I've missed. Someone, if you know how I feel this morning, I actually feel wonderful. So exactly where we're going to today, we're going to be looking at what you can do when there is poor supply. What you can do when there is a poor supply. I'm Juliet Oshimaya, your one and only radio paddy. Wanami. Join me, join us. We are here, complete team. Don't worry if you don't hear some people's voice. And welcome our guest.
This is IBDC, and we talk electricity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So exactly how is the situation of supply? That's our tradition here. Before we go to the matter of the day, we want to look at how the situation of supply is around your axis and then what should be expecting. We are in the Ember months. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The truth is we are not where we should be. However, we are still not doing bad. If you look at it very well, in the past weeks, supply has been relatively better, although there are itches. But that notwithstanding, we will still maintain a very stable supply across Abeokuta and its environs, especially within the axis of Olumo Business Hub.
Okay. Well, thank you so very much. So for your customers this season, it's going to be great, isn't it?
Of course, that's our plan, so that we'll increase the supply they are getting now. The truth is, we operate on band levels now.
Okay.
So for those that are on band A, band B, band C, we want to assure them that we'll maintain the supposed hour that they are supposed to use supply. And for those on band E2, we'll equally maintain. But of course, those who are on band E, who are meant to be on supply for 4 hours in a day, we are not saying we'll take it to 8, but we'll maintain it and we'll let them enjoy what they are supposed to enjoy, the value for their money.
Thank you so very much. Okay, so let's get to the business of the day. Today we are looking at what your customers can do when there is poor supply. I'm thinking when there is poor supply. I didn't know there were some things customers can do when the supply is poor. I would have thought that when the supply is poor, it's probably because that is what you have. Like you say, you're just distribution company. That's what you have that you get to this supply. But I do know also that sometimes supply can be poor in the sense that someone beside me has full, blown, and then probably I'm having this kind of belu. That's how they call it, belu kind of thing. So let's talk to it. So what can your customers do when supply is poor? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, before we can talk about what customers can do when supply is poor,
okay,
we need to know the causes of that poor supply.
Okay.
If the causes is such that it is within their environs, let's say for instance, it is a fault from the transformer that is feeding my residents. Of course, when that supply is bad, I will definitely see that others within my environs are on supply and my residence is not on supply. Perhaps is a fuse issue from the feeder pillar of my own transformer.
Okay.
So in that case, I will need to reach out to the technocrats, the technical supervisor around that area, the dispatch office that is covering that area,
Okay.
such that they will be aware of what is happening to me peculiarly in my own environment.
Okay.
Because sometimes some people will not have supply, and our technology has not developed to such a level that from our office we will know that this place does not have the supply.
Okay.
Or except those in that axis reach out to us and tell us what they are experiencing. Then that will necessitate our next line of action. Is it to fix the fuse, or is it to fix the upriser? Because sometimes it could be upriser cut. But what is most important in that aspect is they are reaching out to us to inform us of what exactly they are going through.
Oh, wow.
So the customer has that responsibility to inform us what they are experiencing at a point in time.
Wow, thank you so very much. Okay, something else I'd like us to talk about is we're talking about poor supply, and then we also have something like power outage.
Yeah.
You know, for that ordinary man out there, that I mean, your great customers, nobody's actually ordinary. What I meant is, I mean, technical know-how.
Yeah.
For technical know-how, I'm an ordinary person. So when you talk about poor supply and then power outage, and then I like another term, there's another term I also like us to talk about, load shedding.
Okay.
I think they are the same siblings of one family, of one parents. So let's talk to it. What do you mean when they say supply is poor, and then there's power outage, and then you need to do load shedding? Thank you very much.
All right. They are actually interwoven, but they are different things entirely.
Okay.
When you talk of poor supply, let's say for instance a band A customer that is meant to enjoy 20 hours of supply in a day.
Yeah.
Anytime he's not enjoying that 20 hours in a day, that is poor supply to his axis. And when that happens, of course, there are things to do. Just like I've said, we reach out to the technocrats, to our offices, to our member of staff who can respond to your plight.
Okay.
But when there is power outage, what do you mean by power area belongs to? Do you understand? For a band A customer that is meant area belongs to. Do you understand? For a band A customer that is meant to enjoy 20 hours of supply in a day, even if you want to do load shedding, we will ensure that it does not go beyond 4 hours, such that at the end of the day, he must have enjoyed that 20 hours. But for
so even though you're load shedding,
yeah,
your band A customer still gets to enjoy
exactly
the 20 hours,
exactly,
but not at a stretch.
Exactly.
Wow.
And even those on band E, they are meant to enjoy 4 hours of supply in a day. If we are load shedding them, we will ensure that they still enjoy that 4 hours. Of course, it might not be a 4-hour stretch of supply. It could be 2 hours during the day, 2 hours at the night.
Okay.
It could be 3 hours at the night. It could be 1 hour at the day, such that within the period of 24 hours, they must have enjoyed supply for 4 hours. And that is what they will pay for, because that is what they have consumed. And that is why they are on that band E. They enjoy 4 hours of supply.
Wow, thank you so very much. At this point, we need to take a quick break. When we return, we will continue, this same line of talk. We'll talk about load shedding now.
All right.
So we'll talk about what's the alternate to grid. We want to look at generator, solar inverter, and all of that, and yours truly can do. Nigeria is a great country. Thank you.
The phone is hanging. It's already. That's why should have just been saying
They
cannot be as good as.
You see, this is leaking. I thought with lime. These people enjoy life. Tí mo tún ṣáájú oyin pé ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ láti nǹkan kẹ́ mú jí. I don't understand. It's just no, it's okay. We'll manage it. They're going to sleep. We know they do like trying. So they WhatsApp. I will say, no sleep. We know they do like trying. So they WhatsApp. I will say,
energy theft is bypass of meters, line tapping, and illegal connection to power. These cause blackouts, fire risks, and even electrocution. Worse still, they deprive the value chain of funds meant for improving your power supply. IBEDC cannot do this alone. We urge you to join.
You deal with them, go forget big money for motor. I bet not gonna put on here too. Now that they are going to change your name. Tini, for this Nigeria.
My life, my God.
Now that they are going to. Oh yes, so welcome back. If you're just joining, you're right in time. It's Light Up, sponsored by IBDC on /106.7 FM. Our talking point today is what you need to do when there is poor supply. And then the number to join in the conversation today is 0705 0501067. That's the WhatsApp number. 0817 444 1067. 0817 555 1067. The customer care line remains 0700 123 9999. That's IBDC. And then the PRO line 09035 397337. And then to my Umber self, you can do SMS or WhatsApp to 080 666 51743. Okay, so while we are expecting our course, quickly let's look at the effect of alternative to the grid supply. We're looking at generator, solar inverter. Oh God, can't do. Why now?
The truth of the matter here is, if it is not from the grid, it can definitely not be. If it is inverter, if it is solar, even if it's candle, you can't compare it with what is coming from the grid. Let me give you a very brief analogy. Power your deep freezer with the grid light for 4 hours. Check the product. Power it with generator for that same 4 hours. Check the product. And power with inverter or any other thing. You will see the difference. And that tells you that if it is not coming from the grid, you can't compare it with anything. Although these are alternatives, because we usually have issues with the grid. Sometimes there are disturbances on the grid sometimes. So in such case, we will say we'll be in darkness. No, that is where the alternative comes in. So like the word alternate, they are alternatives. They are not the substantive means of electricity, but the grid is. That is why the grid is still the most preferable and the most reliable. So the grid is a grid.
So all hands should actually be on deck to ensure that the grid is working.
Exactly.
Like not stealing, not vandalizing, and then all of those. But okay, let's go there. If customers are faced with this, what can they do?
Because there are proactive measures and there are reactive measures. The proactive, within the community, there should be WhatsApp group where if I've observed a thing, I put it on the group. Another person may have seen it from another perspective, will say it. Another person on that group may have the contacts of the IBDC official covering that area. They get in most of those groups, we have our staff there. So at the right time, we get those information and we respond immediately. Those are the reactive measures we can take. But when you are talking the proactive measure, when you are talking about the reactive, some people are very close to our offices, such that when this thing happens, they can just walk in. Okay, IBDC, this is what is happening to this facility. And you see our staff reacting immediately.
Instead of going there themselves to help the IBDC. Or would you have them help you sometimes?
Well, the best thing is to get us involved, because the technical know-how must come into play. And electricity, you don't make mistakes with it. Because if you do, some of those who have done in the past do not live to tell the story. So that is why you allow the technocrats, the experts, to do their job.
Thank you so very much. Arákùnrin engineer Ademola Idowu, ẹ má bínú. mo tiẹ̀ fẹ́ wípé ká fi èdè abínibí fi kan ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ látàárọ̀ ṣe mọ̀ wípé àwọn kan wà tá a mẹ́ tó bí eré mi yìí gbogbo iṣan ara mi mo ti ń sọ gírámà.
ẹ ṣe atọ́kùn.
ẹ jẹ́ a fi èdè abínibí wa fi kan ẹ ṣe o.
ẹ ṣe atọ́kùn nǹkan tá à ń sọ ni ìdákúrekú iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná àti bí a ṣe lè dẹ́kun ẹ̀, àwọn nǹkan tí a lè ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí oníbàárà, àwọn nǹkan tá a lè ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí òṣìṣẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ IBEDC àtàwọn nǹkan tí ó ń fà á tí àwọn nǹkan yìí fi ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn àlàyé tá ti ń ṣe látàárọ̀, a rí i pé lọ́pọ̀ ìgbà àwọn nǹkan tó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ó lè jẹ́ lágbègbè wa nínú ẹ̀rọ amúnáwa, ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tá a bá tètè sọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ fún àwọn tó kọ́ṣẹ́ mọṣẹ́ tí wọ́n jẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ IBEDC, wọ́n á tètè wá láti wá ṣàtúnṣe sí àwọn nǹkan tí ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀, tí àwọn àsìkò tí àfi níná yìí tí kò fi ní pọ̀ jù, tí kò fi ní ba àwọn èlò inú ilé jẹ́. So yìí ni à ń sọ fún àwọn oníbàárà wa pé kí wọ́n jọ wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀ pẹ̀lú wa nígbà tí wọ́n bá ti rí i pé àwọn kùdìẹ̀kudiẹ kan wà ní ibi ẹ̀rọ amúnáwá àdúgbò wọn, kó tètè sọ fún wa. Àwọn tó bá súnmọ́ àwọn iléeṣẹ́ wa tó súnmọ́ wọn, kí wọ́n lọ síbẹ̀ láti lọ sọ fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ wa nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ sì rí i pé àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ wa ní wàrà ń ṣèṣà làwọn náà máa débẹ̀, wọ́n sì máa ṣe àwọn àtúnṣe tó yẹ kán ṣe.
So kò sí pé ẹnìkan fẹ́ ran IBEDC lọ́wọ́ kọ́ lọ dá bíi pé bóyá kínní transformer ó ń ṣáná, àbí kó jẹ́ pé eruku ń yọ, àbí kó jẹ́ pé epo tán ní kínní kíchìnì kọ́sítọ́mà kan ò fẹ́ ká tiẹ̀ lọ ṣẹ́ẹ̀kì transformer IBEDC bóyá máa répo díẹ̀.
Ìyẹn ò ń ṣe nǹkan tí ó bójúmu. Epo inú transformer IBEDC kò ń ṣe nǹkan tí wọ́n fi ń ṣeré, nítorí pé òyìnbó tó dá iná yẹn gan, iná yẹn ò mójú ẹ̀. Ìdí nìyẹn tí a fi máa ń sọ pé àwọn akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ ní kẹ́ jẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ wọn.
Ẹ máa ṣe ẹ ṣe. All right, so we are looking at what you can do when there is poor supply. One basic thing is you cannot help any situation if it with regards electricity. It takes those that have studied, that have been doing the work, to know how to do it. You can't help them. Plus, you can't tamper with any of the IBEDC installations. The numbers to join in the conversation is 0817 444 1067, 0817 555 1067. So all of us will have a duty to ensure that the installations, be it the meter, at our homes, the transformer out there, we all have a responsibility to ensure that they are safe. So all hands needs to be on deck. So we have a duty. So now I'll be talking to Ademola again. It's going to reel out the duty, your duty, my duty. Everyone, we all have our duties. The discourse, their duties is to supply electricity, to ensure that once they have electricity, you get to also get your supplies. Hello, we have a caller. Hello, your name, where you're calling from, please. Hello. Ẹ káàárọ̀ sà, orúkọ yín bí ẹ káàárọ̀ sà, ibo lẹ ti ń pè wá sà, orúkọ yín. Orúkọ yín bí lẹ ti ń pè wá sà. Okay, sir.
Mo ní mítà mẹ́rin nínú ilé mi.
Mítà.
Ọjọ́ mo yẹ kí mo sọ lóṣù tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ bá wọn.
Sà, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ yí fọ́líùmù rédíò yín yẹn lọlẹ̀ díẹ̀, ẹ yí fọ́líùmù yẹn lọlẹ̀. Ẹ ṣé sà, ẹ ṣé.
Mo wá bèrè pé tó bá ra iná 3,500.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì mo fi ń lò sí dépò oṣù kan tí mo fi ń lò tẹ́tẹ̀lẹ̀ nínú mẹ́rin.
Okay, we lost that call, but from what I got, he buys energy of say 3.5. He uses it for 2 weeks. That's wonderful. So I don't know what the issue is. Probably he's using too much, or
it could be the band. If he has been migrated from either band C or band D to band B,
okay,
he will pay more. if he has been getting, let's say for instance, 10 units for 1,000, of course, if you are moved to a higher band, then the number of units you get at the end of the day will be reduced.
Also reduce. Okay, let's quickly take this call. Thank you. Hello, your name, where you're calling from? Káàárọ̀ sà, orúkọ yín bọ̀lẹ̀ tí ń pè wá sà. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sí ètò sà, Olúwatósìn Àjàbálẹ̀.
Ẹjọ́ kí ni nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí iná wa ní àdátán ẹlẹ́gà?
All right, sir, you heard that.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, there is improvement now. Before now, there has been epileptic supply to that axis.
Okay.
Because of the grid and the frequency. But now, in the previous weeks, we have been recording a better situation, and we can always pray that things get better. But the truth of the matter is, if you are on band E, and you are meant to enjoy the supply for 4 hours, and that is what you have been paying for now, that is what you will still be getting.
Okay, so for the first caller, I also like you to quickly reel out for someone who is, how to manage the energy, Also.
Thank you very much. There's what we call energy management,
okay.
Even within the house.
Okay.
If in my bedroom I have AC, and by the time I'm stepping out, I'm not using that AC, the reasonable thing for me, economic-wise, is to switch it off. When I switch it off, it will not read on the meter. And for other gadgets that are not in use at a particular point in time, you better switch them off, such that you'll be left with a minimal load, so that at the end of the day, the reading on the meter will not tear your pocket.
So that even the sockets, when they are not in use, you switch off.
Them off. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so very much. We have another caller. Hello, your name, where you're calling from, please.
Hello.
Hello, your name, where you're calling from, please. Please turn down the volume of your radio set. Okay, ma, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Okay. From Ayetoro, I'm Ibedc like Ayetoro.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sí ètò ma. Yes, ma.
Nǹkan padà wá gbẹ̀yìn tí mo pè wọlé. Mo béèrè pé kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ l'Ayétòrò. Táwọn òkun ní nọ́mbẹ̀ bí ẹni pé àti ẹ̀sìn lára ògùn tó
ṣe ó yìí rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o, wọ́n jọ kan bá wa sọ sí o.
Okay.
Láàárín ọ̀sẹ̀ mẹ́ta ń gbà mí. Wọ́n á gbà wá.
Àmín, ẹ ṣé mà. Okay.
Ẹ ṣé màmá. Yeah. Nǹkan tí màmá ń sọ òótọ́ ni dé àwọn ibì kan, ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tí a máa fi kún ni pé Ayétòrò orí band iná wà, iná wákàtí 4 ló yẹ ká fún wọn lójúmọ́. Ní láti bí ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì nísìnyí, à ń gbìyànjú, even tí kò bá jẹ́ ojoojúmọ́, à ń gbìyànjú láti tanná síbẹ̀. Nígbà míì gan wọ́n ń lò ju wákàtí 4 yẹn lọ, ṣùgbọ́n lọ́pọ̀ ìgbà a máa ń ní àwọn ìpèníjà ìdákúrekú iná láti bí ìjẹtánsìn. Irú àná àti ẹ̀fẹ́ tán, gbọ̀gbà tí a tún fẹ́ tán yẹn, nítorí àwọn ìpèníjà kọ̀ọ̀kan tá a ní, iná ò lè débẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n lẹ́ni sí àwọn èèyàn tó ti wà ní orí pápá tí wọ́n ń wo kí ni nǹkan tó fa ìdákúrekú yẹn. Nígbà tó bá dẹ̀ ti ṣe tán, àtúntàná síbẹ̀. Nǹkan tí a lè rọ̀ wọ́n ni pé bí nǹkan tí wọ́n ń fẹ́ tí ò bá tiẹ̀ tí ì tó bẹ́ẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n àwọn náà rí i pé lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí nísìnyí ó ti yàtọ̀ sí ti tẹ́lẹ̀.
Ẹ ṣé o, thank you. Quickly, let's take this last call. Hello, your name, where you're calling from, please.
Hello.
Hello, your name, where you're calling from, please.
Yes, I'm Mr. Olagunboye Ebenezer from Okelantoro.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sí ètò, sir. Good morning, sir.
My brother, what happens to me is that I'm living at a Ibedu community. And in that Ibedu community, I'm the only person that was placed on band A. And I've been complaining since February when I noticed it. I came to the office at Abiola Way there. I reported to the, what do you call them, the
customer care.
They now directed me to Pastor Adewuyi. That is the one that is taking care of my area. I met him and I've been meeting him for almost 3 times. And he said he has been processing until today. Nothing has been done. In fact, I'm supposed to come down to buy card. I cannot buy because they charge me 200 plus.
Okay, so you want to come down from band A?
Ma?
You want to come down from band A?
I'm not in band A. Why should I be in band A? Am I having
Okay. All right, sir. We can't. Sir, we have to leave now. The producer is already here. Please, sir, come. Send. Please take this. Take this number 09035397337. Sir, I'm afraid this is where we'll be wrapping up. Engineer Demola, thank you so very much. Keep it locked with us again. Same time next week on Light Up, sponsored by Ibedc on Splash 106.7 FM. I am Juliet Orishe Shemaye, your one and only radio paddy one.